Good afternoon. Thank you for everyone who is joining us for today's media briefing. I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes to log in before we get started. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Rebecca Gibson King. I am the Communications Director for the Oregon Employment Department. Today's speakers are State Employment Economist Gail Krumenauer, Oregon Employment Department Director David Gerstenfeld, and Paid Leave Oregon Director Karen Madden-Hummelbaugh. Unemployment Insurance Director Lindsay Leahy is away this week. A couple of quick notes. This call is being recorded and we will post the recording on our website and send out the link after the briefing. We'll take questions after opening remarks. And if you have any technical difficulties or are otherwise unable to ask your question, you can always email us at communications@employ.oregon.gov and we'll assist you. I will now turn it over to State Employment Economist Gail Krumenauer. Please go ahead, Gail.
Thank you, Rebecca, and thank you to everyone for joining us today. This morning, the Employment Department released the latest jobs numbers and unemployment rate for Oregon in August. Oregon employers added 1,500 jobs to non-farm payrolls. The largest gain occurred in private education services, which added 2,000 jobs over the month. We also saw an increase of 1,200 jobs in private healthcare and social assistance. The largest decline over the month occurred in leisure and hospitality, which lost 1,700 jobs. Over the past year, total non-farm payroll employment has grown by 8,500 jobs. That's a growth rate of 0.4%. Which is pretty slow by historical standards. Now, we do see that there's great variation of what's happening across different sectors of the economy. For example, private healthcare and social assistance added 16,100 jobs over the year. That's a growth rate of 5.6%. At the same time, retail trade declined by 6,800 jobs, which was down by 3.3%. We also saw a loss of 3,000 jobs in leisure and hospitality over the year. Turning to the unemployment rate, as I mentioned, maybe I didn't. Oregon's unemployment rate was 4% in August. That was similar to the US rate of 4.2%. Oregon's unemployment rate has been pretty stable for a while now. It's been in this narrow range between 4% and 4.2% for 11 months. So overall, we're in a similar state of the labor market that we have been for a while now. We're seeing relatively slow job growth and relatively low unemployment, and that's been happening in an ongoing state. With that, I will pass it to Director David Gerstenfeld for more comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. During the August media briefing, we shared that we'd be resuming Monday phone hours sometime in September. And I'm pleased to share that as of September 9th, we've resumed taking inbound phone calls on Mondays for the Unemployment Insurance, Paid Leave Oregon, and Contributions and Recovery divisions. Each program has reduced their workload to the point that we're confident we can resume Monday phone support and continue to improve our performance and customer service moving forward. In unemployment insurance, we've been focused on resolving claim issues that are holding up benefit payments within 3 weeks. As of September 17th, the total number of these hold pay issues is down to 4,600. That's a 62% drop since mid-July. We also set out to resolve these hold pay issues within 3 weeks, 80% of the time. We were at 60% in mid-June, and for the past several weeks, we've been between 70 and 75%. We anticipate making more progress towards our goal in the coming weeks and months. For Paid Leave Oregon, the number of open claims that are older than 6 weeks is down by over 90%, meaning our customers are much less likely to experience particularly long waits for benefits. Through this process, we've learned that closing the phone lines is a powerful tool for helping us get benefits to eligible people faster, and we plan to use it in the future. To help us manage seasonal increases in our workload and reduce delays in getting people their benefits, we've scheduled 4 days in the next few months when the phones will be closed. Those are Monday, October 14th, which is Indigenous Peoples Day, Friday, November 8th, the Friday before Veterans Day, Thursday, December 26th, the day after Christmas, and Thursday, January 2nd, the day after New Year's Day. We'll still be working these days, we just won't be answering the phones. Instead, we'll use the time to focus solely on processing claims and addressing customer requests. We'll also be reaching out to call claimants when we need more information from them to resolve their claim. And now to share an update on the unemployment insurance program. Earlier this month, we passed the 6-month mark of using Francis Online for unemployment insurance benefits. Since the launch and through September 14th, we've issued more than $399 million in unemployment benefit payments. That includes more than 850,000 total weeks claimed by more than 77,000 people. That averages to about 30,000 weekly claims and more than $14.2 million each week. We've seen a strong rebound in how quickly we start getting people their benefits. After dropping below the national average in spring, Oregon has now matched the national average in July at 72%, and early indications for August show a similar trend for getting people their initial unemployment benefits. We've also seen some improvement in call wait times, with calls answered within 15 minutes rising to 56% in August, and calls answered more than an hour dropping to 25%. We know we aren't hitting the mark yet, but we're headed in the right direction. We believe these improvements are the result of several factors, including the additional time focused on claims, efficiencies gained in Francis Online, and the addition of new unemployment insurance employees that we hired and trained over the summer. We're encouraged by the progress we've made so far, but recognize we must continue improving to provide the level of service that we want and that the public, our customers, expect and deserve. We'll continue to use these briefings to update you on our progress, and now I'll turn it over to Paid Leave Oregon Director Karen Madden-Hummelbaugh.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it. September 3rd was the 1-year anniversary of paid leave's first benefit paid to a claimant. And since then, we've paid benefits to over 81,000 of our neighbors. This program was launched to provide Oregonians the time and financial security to care for themselves and their families during life's most important moments. In our first year, Paid Leave Oregon has helped countless people to get precious time with their new children, to have time they need to take care of their own health, to take time and space to address or leave dangerous situations, and to be there for family members who needed them. All of this happened while we developed rules and processes for this brand new government program. We grew our team and undertook several major technology upgrades. While there is still a lot of work to do to improve customer service, I am very proud of all the work our team has done to make our state a healthier, happier, and more prosperous place. As David mentioned, part of the reason we feel confident in our decision to reopen the phones on Monday is the enormous progress we've made catching up on our workload. I'm very happy to report that since May 31st, Paid Leave has reduced the number of open claims that are older than 6 weeks by more than 90%. During that same time period, we reduced our total number of open claims by nearly half. The bottom line is that our customers are now much less likely to experience particularly long waits for payments. We will continue to track our efforts to improve customer service and to process claims more quickly, though we are confident that our recent hiring push and other items that we've improved on will allow us to continue this improvement. This week, we submitted 3 reports to the legislature, which detail our performance over the last year. These are available on our website. We will be testifying before the legislature next week, and we look forward to continuing our partnership with the committees to make Paid Leave Oregon the best program of its kind in the country. Now I'll hand it back to Rebecca Gibson-King for the Q&A portion of the briefing.
Thanks, Karen. We're going to open up the lines to members of the media to ask questions at this time. If you're joining us by phone, please make sure to hit *6 to unmute yourself. As a courtesy, please limit yourself to 1 question and 1 follow-up question. And if you don't get your questions answered today, you can always email us at communications@employ.oregon.gov. And it looks like Mike Rogaway with the Oregonian is the first with a question. Let me allow you to talk. There you go. Okay, go ahead, Mike.
Thank you. Hey, a quick question for David. David, I've heard a couple, I've had a few calls recently from folks who described long waits for if they're appealing a decision. For example, an employer is disputing whether or not the conditions under which they left their job. I've heard people talking about a particularly long wait to get their appeal heard. Has there been any increase in that recently, or is it just takes a long time sometimes?
It does fluctuate a lot over time, and it's something that we work closely. Those hearings are actually held by the Office of Administrative Hearings, and there's a couple of things at play here. One is that we made it a lot easier for people to appeal the decisions if they disagree with them. And we're seeing just overall more people appealing their decisions since we went to the new technology. And we think that a lot of that is a really positive sign and that it's removing barriers for people that did want to challenge that. The Office of Administrative Hearings is doing additional hiring, and we know that they are focused on this and working to get those hearings held quicker. So it does fluctuate over time. It is significantly shorter now than it was at points kind of during the recovery from the pandemic, but it's something that our team coordinates with them on, and we know that they're focused on shortening that time frame as much as they can.
And forgive me for not knowing, but the Office of Administrative Hearings, is that its own state agency, or is it sort of a parallel unit within your?
That's a great question, Mike. For some kind of administrative support purposes, they're part of the employment department, but they really operate independently. They're independent decision makers. They're independent for running the program, making decisions, and operating. So we don't have control over them. We really offer some administrative support, but because the unemployment insurance program is a significant amount of the appeals that they hear, we coordinate closely with them in terms of workflow to make things go as smoothly as possible for the public.
Good, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't see any other hands. So I'm going to give, I just wait a beat or two to see if there are any other questions. Okay, not seeing any. I'm going to bring this media briefing to a close. As a reminder, this call was recorded and we will send out the link to reporters who RSVP'd. We will then post the link on the media page at www.oregon.gov/employ under news and agency info. And thank you all for participating in today's media briefing and for your partnership in keeping Oregonians informed. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.